First of all, I got 12 subscribers. Yay, me! Anyway, I have two insights. Now, as I would say in some videos that I make, I am with you. Everything that I share on my YouTube channel is primarily for me, right? But for me in the sense of I learn these insights as I grow and learn in myself. Like, this is from my own personal journey in real time. This isn't like my insights aren't, I don't know how to describe it. They just come from my everyday experience. I guess you could say it's inspired by my everyday experience and what I learn every day. Anyway, so I had two insights, but I only remember one for right now. The other one will come to me and I'll just post a video. So as I am growing my own backbone, as I am, there we go, your voice. So I'll explain that in a second. So as I am coming into myself and as you are coming into yourself, you naturally inspire people around you. I remember when, I don't know if I posted a video. I posted so many videos on here. I don't remember if I said this or not. But I don't think I did. Anyway, when you are creating a new life for yourself, of course it starts energetically first. It starts on the inside. And I learned this from an old mentor. You have to hold that energy. You have to hold that vibe. You have to hold that frequency. But I say vibe because I want people to understand what I'm saying. People who are outside of the spiritual space. So when you want something new for yourself, it always starts with a vibe, right? But you have to maintain that vibe. And as I learned from my old mentor, you're not always going to get it right. You may fall back into old ways of thinking, old ways of responding. It's okay. And I'm so happy I'm talking about this because I'm reminding myself of this too. It's completely okay. As long as you hold the vibe or hold the thought that you're changing and that you want to change, right? So when you start to change, everything else around you changes. The first thing I believe that changes is, of course, your inside, but then your immediate appearance. You may lose weight. Your skin might be brighter. Your eyes might be brighter. They might be bigger. And you may not even notice it at first, but people around you will. Even for me, when people tell me, oh, I see your weight loss, it's like I still see my 200 plus pound self. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I still see that person, even though I do see some differences. Because now at a certain point, I can't deny it. Your clothes are looser. Your skin feels different. You're breathing different. Like, no, you feel it. Like, it's okay to stand in that. And for me, it took me a while to be comfortable and honor and acknowledge and accept what am I trying to say? What's that word? Radically accept. There we go. Radically accept my weight loss and that I'm changing. It took me a minute to accept it because I didn't want to believe it. because I was past tense, in a place for so long. I was in a place for so long. And then change started to happen. And then while you change, you have to apply grace. Because when I still look in the mirror, as I said before, you may fall back into old thoughts. You may fall back into old vibes. Give yourself grace. That's where you got to apply grace. Just keep going. Keep going. Show up. And I see those messages on my timeline too, about showing up. Even if you don't do your workout full out, even if you do half of a workout, you showed up. Now I can move on to my next point. So just to summarize the first one, when you change on the inside, everything else starts to change. It starts with you immediately, and then you touch people around you, and they won't outright come and tell you immediately. You may hear it when they talk to you, or when they pick up certain lessons from you. You may hear it. Honor it. Yeah, you did that. Now, I also meant to say this. Don't get big-headed. Do not get big-headed. And I'm saying this because I can be that person to get big-headed. Yep. I can either be the Joker or Batman. I can either be Joker or Batman. So don't get big-headed. Remember that you are a part of the bigger whole. But yet you have your own unique part to play in this bigger whole, and you're not bigger or smaller than the next person. You're not bigger or smaller than your fellow demigod, your fellow human, right? You're not bigger than them, and you're not smaller. Anyway, so let me move on to my next point. I also learned recently that you have to say the truth. Tell the truth. Of course, do it respectfully. Don't just be out here talking out the side of your neck. Do it respectfully. There's a time and place for everything. But in all things, be honest. Because, well, hold on. I just thought of something, but I'll get to that. Hold on, Naja. Hold on, wait. In all things, be honest. Because your honesty connects you to your mind and your heart. And your innermost emotions, your innermost being. And that's where your inner child is. When you tell your truth and you're honest, you are essentially, and I'm learning this from my now teacher, you're essentially, y'all probably know her too. Sorry. But you are essentially opening your heart. I avoided vulnerability and telling my truth for the longest because as a child, it has put me in compromising positions due to the lack of emotional maturity in those around me, those adults. So again, as a child, I had to do what I do. I had to do what I had to do, there we go, to survive. And that carried on up until now. Now I realize I just have to tell the truth. Now, the idea that I thought of is, even though, right, for me, this is my opinion, even though you want to tell the truth, it's still a time and a place. Like, for example, I may lie once in a while, especially if it's somebody that I don't truly like, for real. I'm gonna be honest. I either say one or two things. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to share. Or whatever story or whatever they assume, I allow them to believe that. Even though for me, I know it's a lie. So I'm gonna let you have it. But outside of that, I'm learning to tell the truth. And this is new for me. Like brand spanking new, like yesterday new. Don't get it twisted. Yesterday new. Okay? But I'm sharing this because I realize how freeing it is to just be honest, especially in your closest relationships. It is safe to tell the truth. It's safe. Whatever happens around you, whatever they say in response, however they react, has nothing to do with you. I realized, and I believe I mentioned this in my last video that I posted in Control Freak, I realized that I was trying to control people, or attempting to control people in the means of controlling how they viewed me, how they see me, or how they respond to me, by lying and contorting myself to fit the space. Now, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing when you're in a new space, and a space that you enjoy being in, right? And this is just my opinion. I haven't necessarily done this yet, but I just thought about it, and I'm gonna talk about it. I think it's a good thing to be a chameleon in certain spaces. Again, when this is a space that you want to be in consistently, I think it's good to know the energy of the space, right? You know the energy of the space. You move how you need to move. But at the same time, still be honest about your views, opinions, or whatever, right? Life is interesting. Oh, that's another thing I'll mention when it comes down to life. Life isn't as scary as you think it is. I also, well, not entirely, like, I oh wow, okay. Hold on. I just thought about something else. Damn, that distracted me, because now I'm thinking about other things to say, other insights I'm getting. So let me just speak on it. So there was a guy riding past me on a scooter, and the song that was playing was get down on it, come on and get down on it, right? And the part of the song is get your back up off the wall. And that actually ties into what I was talking about. That's crazy. Life isn't as scary as you think it is. Stop being a wallflower. Your anxiety was created to protect you, right? But then sometimes it can be counterproductive or counterintuitive. And counterintuitive in the means of it can stop you from growing in some areas. Like for me, my anxiety stopped me from being vulnerable and speaking my truth, and then learning how speaking your truth connects you to everything else in your life. Because it's like something else that I learned after learning about how your voice is connected to your mind and your heart and your innermost emotions, is that when you don't speak your truth, you throw off everything else. And I learned this in the same video that I was watching, where the creator was saying that the moment you don't speak your truth, you throw off everything else. But again, for me personally, if it's someone that I don't like, I don't care for their vibe or whatever, and they make up a story, I allow them to believe that. But there's an agreement in that, though, in my mind and in my heart. Because cool, I'm going to let you believe whatever you want to believe, because what you're not going to do is project. What you're not going to do is tell me why it wouldn't work because you're afraid of it or you feel like you can't do it. I remember I was just rambling, and at that time I was working at a warehouse, and I told somebody, oh, I could run a warehouse. Oh, no, you can't. You don't tell that to somebody unless you're afraid of that. You don't tell nobody that unless you feel like you can't do it. Because if you feel like you can do it wholeheartedly, then you're going to encourage somebody else to do it. Even if you say, okay, yes, I feel like you can do it, but at the same time, now, this is, what's that word? Constructive criticism. You can do it, and you may still need to work on this. You can do it, and I noticed this, but you can still do it. Like constructive criticism kind of thing. Not just straight up, oh, you can't do it. Because now at this point, you just telling me that you feel like you can't do it. Like, anyway, bye. But, yeah, I think that's all. That's all, folks. Oh, I didn't stop the video.